So the classification of design patterns, which we have seen it already, but again we will repeat it, revise it. Creational patterns consist of the sum of the part of the objects, and creational patterns consist of the classes and objects also. And behavior patterns can describe the algorithms and operations also. Creational patterns, we will go into the detail of the design patterns of the creational. These are the factory methods. Define an interface for creating an object, but let subclasses decide which class to instantiate. Okay, so factory method define an interface for creating an object. The factory provides an interface for creating families of related objects without specifying their concrete classes. Prototype specifies the kinds of objects to create using the prototypical instances and create a new objects by copying this prototype. So these are the creational design patterns: factory method, factory, and prototype. We will see now what is a factory method. So factory method define an interface for creating an object. So we have got a interface is here. So but let subclasses decide which class to instantiate. Okay. Now we have got an interface, and the here now we have got the applications and then document, and we have got the sub, that is aggregations of that. We can see the subclasses here now: PDF document, Word document, Word application, and PDF application. So return new Word document. So this is going to be the factory method example, where define an interface. So we have got a instantiate. This is actually the interface of that is there, and but let the subclasses decide which class to instantiate. So this has to decide in this formal method. This subclass has to decide which class to instantiate. So PDF application will decide to instantiate the PDF document or not. So this is factory method. So you can see now the factory method design pattern. So we have got a factory method. P is equal to factory method, where the factory method is the creator is one of the class, which you might have seen it already. So the product is what the part of the create product is there. So but you can see now create concrete creator and concrete product is there. So this is instantiate. Now these are the subclasses. This subclass will decide it has to instantiate the concrete product. So creator, this is the factory method. So factory method is there. If you implement this now, so if you implement this, or if you do execute this, so it will instantiate the concrete creator and an operation of this the factory method, and factory method will be taken into the considerations, and it will instantiate this class. This is a factory method. So next one is this, the factory example is there. So factory provides an interface for creating families of related objects. So there is an interface. So there is an interface for creating families of related objects without specifying their concrete classes. So there is an interface between this. Now you can see now there is interface here, instantiate. There is interface. There is interface here. So there is an interface between this and this and this and this without specifying their concrete classes. So they don't specify their concrete classes, but they have got the interface between this and this. So 1, 2, 3 instantiation is there also. So this is a factory example, factory design pattern. Now this will be the second one. Factory pattern is different factory design pattern. Now this is a factory design pattern example, where I got the product. Same thing happens here now. Okay. Instantiate will be there. So this is prototype example. In the prototype example, prototype specifies the kinds of objects to create using prototypical instance, and create a new objects by copying this product or prototype. So the prototype specifies the kinds of objects to create using prototypical instance. So it has to create a new type of the kinds of the objects, and it has to create using it the prototypical instances. So that instances are there. So and create a new objects by copying this prototype. So return a copy of self. Return a copy of self. So create new objects by copying this prototype. So this is going to be this will copy prototype example will copy these instances, and this instance also.